So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 4 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now the stories I wanted to cover today includes Naughty Dog's new IP possibly getting its first leaked information, God of War Ragnarok gets exciting news, a PlayStation 5 title showcases an incredible jump in graphics, and multiple PlayStation 5 titles get big upgrades. First, yes or no, do you think Sony will have an event later this month or not? This goes off some credible sources stating there should be something later this month, so I personally can see Sony doing it, especially with God of War set to release later this year, but of course that's just me. What about you guys? So comment below yes or no if you think Sony will have an event later this month or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the first story of the video, Naughty Dog's new game. So we pretty much knew most of what Naughty Dog was working on. Before it released earlier this year, they dropped the Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection. That was one of their projects. Beyond that, we know they were working on Factions 2. That was confirmed all the way back in 2019. Of course, it was reconfirmed at the Summer Game Fest with that little concept art. They also have the Last of Us remake, which we also knew about before it was officially confirmed at Summer Games Fest with a release later this year. And finally, we have a new IP, which we also knew about thanks to the job postings, but it was also again confirmed by Neil Druckmann himself at Summer Games Fest as well. Now, in terms of this new IP, the current rumor is that it's a sci-fi title, possibly Savage Starlight, which is a comic in the Last of Us universe. It could also be Stray's Cross, which is another sci-fi rumor that was detailed back in 2019. The latest on this game is that it's been in development possibly for 2 years already. This is based off Josh Shears LinkedIn, hopefully I said that name correctly, LinkedIn profile, which reveals he's been working on an unannounced project since May 2020. Factions 2 is pretty much announced, and that didn't start work in 2020. They've been going hard on it for the last 2 years, according to Neil Druckmann, but they essentially started that project earlier on, but it's been revised and rebooted to something else. So this seems to be in reference to the new game. The only details we have for it on his LinkedIn is currently working on something new. Considering we know Naughty Dog now is a multi-team studio, this makes sense. There's a team working on Factions, a team working on this new game, and after the Last of Us remake, I wonder what that team is going to be working on, or if they're going to be moved over to the Factions or this new game team, or again start working on something else. Regardless, Factions 2 is set to get more information in 2023 and most likely released next year as well. This new game here could also get a teaser next year and maybe release in 2024 if it's been in development since 2020. By that time it would be 4 years. Now diving into the second story of the video, possibly great God of War news. So God of War Ragnarok has had a turbulent news cycle, mainly focused on its release date. It's releasing this year, it's not releasing this year, it's releasing this year, over and over. You basically get it. The latest on this comes from God of War 2018 director Cory Barlog, who has his hands on God of War Ragnarok, but of course isn't directing the game. Somebody else is, since Cory is working on something else, but still seems to be the face of the project. He recently quote retweeted David Jaffe, the original God of War creator, where he had a tweet basically stating that he has a source telling him that Ragnarok is no longer locked for 2022. In the quote retweet by Cory Barlog, he stated, "Wait, what?" with a gif from God of War 2018 where Kratos comes out of the shadows in that initial reveal. And he also replied to his own tweet with a mischievous Ryan Reynolds gif, altogether seemingly indicating this game is still coming out this year. Of course, we'll wait for the official confirmation, an official trailer, official word, which could be at the rumored PlayStation event later this month. We also heard from Jason Schreier this game is currently set for a November 2022 release, so we'll see later this month, possibly. But you guys let me know if Cory's tweet gives you confidence Ragnarok is coming this year or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now diving into the third story of the video, multiple PS5 upgrades. So this is a quick story. Capcom recently had their showcase, and during that event they revealed multiple PS5 upgrades are out now for Resident Evil 2, 3, and 7. This is exciting because these aren't just 60 FPS patches. These are full PlayStation 5 games now, giving each of them support for higher FPS, of course, ray tracing, DualSense including haptics and trigger support, and 3D audio support as well. These are full old PlayStation 5 games now, which has me tempted to jump back in now. But at the same time, considering Resident Evil 8 has PSVR 2 support, I wonder if the rest of these games will get something similar to in the future, similar to Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 8. RE7 would also be nice if it could get a PSVR 2 upgrade, since right now it only works on PlayStation VR 1. But again, these are out now and free for those who own the PlayStation 4 versions of the respective games. And now diving into the final story of the video, incredible big leap in visuals. So the Last of Us Remake situation is very weird to me. There has to be troll accounts on Twitter dropping ridiculous reactions because the Last of Us Remake visuals are amazing, and there is no I can't tell which is which or the remaster looks better, because logically and visually it makes no sense when you see them side by side. You can see the leap in visuals the remake brings very clearly. They're completely new models for the characters. If you couldn't tell the difference between the remaster and the remake, then something is going on with your eyes, my man. Regardless, the remake recently got new footage from Naughty Dog themselves showcasing Tess's glow up from the original Last of Us game. Just the detailed jump in visuals is ridiculous. This new model is more real, more emotive. You can see the facial detail emoting more than they ever did on the original game. I've also seen some other comments questioning why Tess looks older. I don't know Tess's exact age in the first game, but Joel, I believe, is in his 40s, so I'd assume she is too, somewhere around there, which makes sense when you see she looks older here. So does Joel compared to the original game. He looks older in the remake. Digital Foundry also compared the original game to the remake and pretty much stated that it looks like the Last of Us remake is using the Last of Us 2 engine, which most of us already guessed it would. It's just a matter of seeing if the gameplay takes on what Part 2 brings or brought, considering it's been confirmed that gameplay for the remake has changed from the original game. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure we'll see a gameplay demo for the game at some point soon, but you guys let me know if you like the visuals from The Last of Us remake or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button, as it always helps. And subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with bring on the next show. Just as I stated earlier on in the video, there's reports of a new event set to go live later this month for PlayStation. I'm not going to say it's a showcase. I don't know. It's possibly a state of play. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just a God of War Ragnarok state of play, a complete focus on Ragnarok, but I also hope maybe it's an event that includes more than Ragnarok, possibly PlayStation VR 2 there as well, you know, some information on that, maybe some more gameplay for that as well. And, you know, a chunk of that is dedicated to God of War Ragnarok, and maybe, you know, Forspoken, a demo for The Last of Us remake because it comes out later this year, and, you know, stuff like that. But regardless, I'm excited. Hopefully there is an event later this month. If you're excited for that, destroy the comment section with bring on the next show, and I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.